All right, welcome back to All Things ETH. This is the DeFi live stream every Tuesday and Thursday, 3:45-ish Central Standard Time, and we are going to be talking DeFi, Ethereum-related stuff, anything EVM compatible. We're talking about projects, NFTs, play to earn, price as well, and let me know in the comments, guys, what you'd like to hear about. If you have any questions about DeFi in particular, I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday, and then also putting out videos throughout the week about different protocols. Just put out one this morning regarding my strategy in terms of GMX, GLP, and the Vela exchange. Got to check out the Vela. The public beta just came out, got into the boosted VLP or Vela rewards program, and it making a considerable variable APR over there of about 100% APR, which is pretty incredible, especially on which was essentially a stable coin drop there. So put in about an ETH's worth, $1,600 worth of USDC into to bootstrap Vela, and we hope that it does well and can keep that 100% coming back to us. We'll see what happens, with these exchanges in particular. We're making money off the fees that go into the exchange, so anybody who's trying it out and will pay fees for every transaction, but also liquidations or margin trading, these sorts of things add to our profits as investors. So really it's amazing the democracy of Web3, right? So DeFi in particular, the fact that we as individuals permissionlessly get to invest in these protocols from the start is really amazing. I feel very privileged and humbled to be able to do this, and I hope that you do as well. Now let me know in the comments. In fact, I'm going to jump on YouTube on my phone real quick to see what comments look like as I scroll through what I'm about to talk about today. So let me get into the video, turn this down, and so if you're watching, please put any questions you might have in the comments. I would love to answer anything about DeFi in particular. So put some questions in the comments. In fact, I'm going to write that in the chat. So pardon me. Please ask me any questions you might have about DeFi. Love to answer them live. All right. So let's jump in my screen now that I've got that put in there. Couple things I'd like to go through today is airdrops seem to be a pretty big narrative right now. Optimism dropped theirs last week, their second of 3. So we'll see what happens there. I was not a part of that. I haven't spent a lot of time in Optimism, to be honest. I've been trying to farm the heck out of Arbitrum, and I've spent some time in zksync as well. So zksync, I think this was the tweet that I had up originally here. So are you looking for zksync airdrop? By making 94 transactions, you will be in the top 0.1%. Well, I did go to zkscan, and I was really disappointed because I think it's missing some of my transactions. In fact, I spent a good amount of time there yesterday, and for whatever reason, only one of my transactions showed up. So that was not sure what's going on there. Might have to look into it. Might have to, use any influence I might have to figure out why that happened. Maybe I'm on the wrong testnet. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm on the correct testnet because it did register something yesterday. I did go to a bunch of different projects. I believe, I wish I could find off the top of my head what I was using to find all the projects. I think it might have just been like a zksync Let's see, testnet maybe, and live now. So I went to Mint Square. This was definitely one of them. In fact, I was already there earlier. I mean, it's the zksync testnet, right? And your wallet should switch over to zk Mint or zk testnet. Let's go into Mint. In fact, I'm gonna go to collections to see if my wallet is recognizing. So I do have one minted NFT. At least I should. Let's see. Not sure why. Collections. It should have like one in my wallet, maybe, right? So profile, maybe. Yep. So I minted this this NFT here. This is something I created in Midjourney. If you're not getting into Midjourney, it's super fun. You can create 30 free images. It's created in Discord, so you have to go to I think it's like Midjourney. Maybe I'll put it in the description. I'll add the Midjourney link there, or maybe even an invite to the Discord. But you get 30 free images. I'm a paid member of Midjourney because I love the AI art space, and I think it's going to be revolutionary, especially for NFTs if you get into it. But I created this one, and we're on the ZK testnet, right? And the transaction has not showed up on zkscan, so that was, I'm a little disappointed there. I'm gonna have to put out some information, some feelers as to why that might be the case, because I definitely made at least 3 swap transactions, not just one, and definitely minted that NFT. So maybe it's a little behind for some reason. I don't know, but make some noise over at zkscan, zksync testnet. If you want to learn how to do that, really simple way to do it is go to oh, interesting. There's a mainnet tab. So go to zksync. In fact, I probably have it up somewhere else, but I'm just going to go to zksync.io and then go to explore. I believe there should be a faucet link here in order to get. So this says girly testnet or mainnet. So maybe I need to be on mainnet now, and I'm not aware, but not sure. If you go to, I think it's, let's just type in ZK faucet so you can get some test ETH. ZK portal. Definitely been here. Yeah, so this is where you can get, so you go over to wallet or go to the faucet. So go to the faucet, request funds from faucet. What it does is it creates a Twitter notification, or it creates a tweet for you. If you do the tweet, it will, or create the tweet, it'll put more funds in your wallet. Should update right away. So there's a little more ETH in there. I've got DAI, Link, USDC, and wrapped Bitcoin. And then you can bring this over to things like Mint Square and go into Mint. Let's upload another photo, shall we? So I've already done that one. I've actually got a really cool photo on my phone that I'm going to send over. So let's make another ETH Bull NFT. Actually, we're going to make a wrapped Bitcoin. It's Let's make a wrapped Bitcoin NFT. So I've sent my, I think I sent it via Dropbox. See if it shows up here. Maybe try one more time. I'll just send it via text. All right, so we've got, I'll just drag this in here. We've got this guy here, we're gonna call it wrapped BTC bull description. As part of the All Things ETH. Well, let's just call it All Things ETH wrapped BC symbol. Okay? All Things ETH wrapped BTC bull. External link. We're going to use my website. I do have a website. It is not terribly crypto related, but it might someday be. Follow me on Twitter. I'll link that below if you're interested, or on YouTube, of course. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos just like this. But I've learned that you can't move on without giving them an external link. So, and then we're gonna put WBTC and bullish, and then mint it. So should get a notification here is uploaded was successful, and then we'll make a transaction inside of our MetaMask here. And we are on the Girly testnet, the alpha testnet for zksync. Excuse me. And I'll have to log in with my Trezor. 1 second. If I've got it with me. Doing this live is so much more interesting, right? You get to see me fiddle around with whatever's going on. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right. MetaMask, come back up, please. I have to cancel this transaction, restart it. Yeah, let's cancel that. Save. And then let's try it again. Maybe reload this. Because I didn't have my Trezor ready to go. Didn't like it very much. Alright, so I'm going to drag it back in for my text message. WBTC bull. All things ETH. WBTC bull. External link. And WBTC bullish. All right, let's try again. Now I have had a couple interesting rejections of my MetaMask use on testnets. In fact, it looks like it's happening now. So I'm not going to try this again because I don't want to waste your time on the stream. But if you're watching, that's how you can mint your own NFT on zksync. So pretty cheap transaction. When this goes to mainnet, I will probably launch this. I do think I've minted other I've used Mint Square on a couple different test nets. In fact, I think I even did it on Arbitrum. No, it was on Starknet, is where another place you can use Mint Square. And then, so Starknet, you actually have them in mainnet now. So it's like mainnet Starknet, right? It's not testnet anymore. And to use Starknet, I use the Argent X wallet. So, all right, what else should you farm right now? A lot of people are talking about a couple different airdrops coming possibly today or tomorrow. Blur is one of them. I have not gotten into Blur at all, but there's been some news, some whispers about that in Twitter today. Right here, today Blur token is launching in about an hour and a half. Biggest concern is there is no white paper or article explaining the use case for the token. Well, yeah, what's the point of having a token if there's no use case, if there's no fees generated or revenues generated, if you're not sharing revenues? What's the point of a token? Completely agree, and I've said it before. What is the point if, you know, kind of it's similar to me to like just minting random NFTs for your projects. Like, you know, is it a participation trophy, or does it have some actual value? But anyway, the other token that could be airdropped very soon is the Lens protocol, and Lens is an interesting one. So I don't know if I've interacted with Lens a little bit, but in order to get a minted Lens account, you had to pay like $100 at the time that I looked into it, and I just wasn't terribly interested. Now I do think I created a login, so let's see if it actually still has my account going. It is on Polygon. So we'll see. I doubt that I'm going to get the airdrop just because I've interacted so little with it. But if you've been into Lens, Lenster in particular, there should be a Lens token coming. I have a feeling it'll be more related to governance than it will be to anything else. I'm sure Lens will have some sort of revenues. Maybe they'll do ads, who knows what. But I think Lens governance is more interesting. All right. Sweet. Trezor issues. I love my Trezor. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes it doesn't play nicely with Chrome, or especially when I have a million tabs open and I'm doing a video. And yeah, so let me do this. I haven't shown anybody this because I've always deleted them from my videos, but one thing, if you have a Trezor, which I highly recommend you grab, well, you get to see my desktop live here. I'm going to try and cover that up. Maybe not. We'll see. Let's go to Discord in the background so that you can see that. I'm going to reopen Chrome, which I use for my browser, right? It likes MetaMask very much. Plays nicely most of the time. Might take a second to reopen. Man, I had so many. This is crazy. These are all my accounts from opening up a bunch of Axie Infinity Scholars, signing them up. I had, I think, as many as 15 last year playing Axie Infinity for me, which was super fun. But let's recall all my tabs. 86 tabs. Jeepers. Pardon me. And jump back into Lens and try that transaction again, see if we can't log in. This is the easiest thing to do when your Trezor is the most common issue. What I have with Trezor is that just need to restart the browser. All right, let's see if we can log back in here. So Lens is the other, this was teased this morning. Somebody at Lens actually tweeted that they will have an airdrop coming pretty imminently, and then they deleted the tweet. So Olympio here, the guy that I just showed you his profile on Lenster, was the one that mentioned it on Twitter. If you're not following him, you're missing out massively. He is a huge DeFi and airdrop farmer. DeFi strategies, alpha Discord, yield farming, sharing airdrop, right? So killer alpha from Olympio. He drops alpha all the time on Twitter, but also in the Earn Drop Alpha Discord. So check that out. Olympio is the largest, has the largest amount of alpha on that Discord. So visit claiming site to claim your profile now. I haven't done this, so I don't think, because it costs money to do it. And though I don't even have enough Matic to like purchase this the profile. So but this is what you do if you would like to try to get in on the airdrop. I have a feeling that they have already, see, sorry, your address is not eligible. So in order to get in like to this airdrop, you would have had to do this quite a while ago. So this is kind of the disappointment with airdrops. I mean, can't complain, right? You're getting free tokens if you get an airdrop, but a lot of these, you just, as a farmer, it can be frustrating because a lot of these have been snapshot a long time ago. Maybe, you know, I could get lucky, but just in order to claim your address, you would have had to explore Lens a long time ago. So, and by a long time ago, I mean like, you know, 9 to 12 months ago. So that's the other big one that's probably dropping in the next 24 to 48 hours. So if you have interacted with Lens, congratulations. Hopefully that's lucrative for you. The two that I'm most excited about, and I think I've mentioned this in other live streams, is that Sentiment doesn't yet have a token, and I have been interacting with them quite a bit. So arbitrum.sentiment.xyz, fantastic protocol. I just put out a video today about what I love about them. I can bring in wrap staked ETH from my MetaMask, use it as collateral to borrow USD in whatever form, T or C you like, and then reinvest by borrowing wrapped ETH, right? So this is interesting though. Wrapped ETH APY is rather high right now, so that's interesting. I wonder, that's a pretty high borrow rate. I think I brought all these in. I don't think I'm borrowing. Yeah, I'm not borrowing currently any wrapped ETH. So that's good because I'd be paying some pretty high rates right now. But what I did is borrowed USDC and then purchased. So I swapped it for wrapped ETH. So it'd be interesting if I could like lend it back to the protocol at like 11.5%, having borrowed USDC originally. But in fact, you can invest. You can hit this tab, and you can do lending at 0.83% APR over on Aave. I'm not seeing any great like APRs here. This is a good APR, but you have to put it in with wrapped Bitcoin as well as USDC on Balancer, and I just don't have any of those assets really in the protocol. So what I am doing is borrowing USDC and then buying a bunch of GLP, and so you can invest USDC here by choosing the USDC asset. If I had any in my wallet, I've used it all obviously, and then maxed it out and bought a bunch of SGLP, which is staked GLP, which is, if you're not familiar, is the liquidity token for GMX, which GMX has exploded. I looked at it yesterday on the video that I created, or this morning rather, and GMX is let's jump in to DeFi Llama and find out again what their market cap went over, what are the TVLs over $1 billion. I think I was reading the Defiant newsletter this morning, and they quoted TVL at like 400 million and said, like, the article came out today. So I love the Defiant, man. I love how their information is amazing. If you don't follow them at all, they got a great newsletter, great YouTube channel. But man, just how quickly things can change, because TVL went from 400 million to $1 billion since they published, and that's just insane. I'm not sure where they got their. They must have misprinted, because in the last 30 days it's only gone up 25%. So that would be a 100x jump. But in my video that I released this morning, I talked about what I'm looking into as far as wanting to diversify into perpetuals on other chains, especially our Optimism. Gains Network is interesting on Polygon, but for me the next most interesting is actually Optimism, perpetual protocol on Optimism. But I'm also looking into possibly the OPX, which is the fork of GMX on Optimism. So it has been growing. TVL is pretty stinking low though, so I'm not sure if it'll be a great investment if people actually use it. If they're Arbitrum, committed, that would make sense, but they're so interchangeable. Arbitrum and Optimism, I'm surprised GMX hasn't ported its code over there in particular. Maybe that's a conflict now because of OPX. But anyway, if you got any questions, please put them in the comments. I'd love to answer any questions you might have about DeFi, in particular on this live stream. But let's go into a couple other things. Might wrap this one up early. I'm not feeling the best, and honestly, don't have a ton to talk about today, so that I didn't already put in my video this morning. So go ahead and watch that if you haven't yet. Perpetual looks interesting, but I'm not loving any of the liquidity pools. So the reason why I wanted to get into GMX in particular is because GLP is so interesting to me. So it's half stables, and then the other half is 30% Ethereum and 20% Bitcoin. And I like all those assets. I don't actually own any Bitcoin outright. I'm a big ETH guy, as the name of the channel would imply, but don't have any Bitcoin outright. Have some like tiny amounts of wrapped Bitcoin and other protocols that have come to me for different reasons, just airdrop farming more than anything, doing quests in layer 3 or what's the other, Galaxy, right? So airdrop farming there has sent me to some places and had me swap for some wrapped Bitcoin occasionally, but for the most part, my exposure is almost 100% Ethereum. I have some tokens in different DeFi projects staked for governance purposes, but most of the assets are Ethereum. But then I've got a bunch recently. I've decided to get into GLP, in particular in sentiment, to compound my gains, because what sentiment lets you do is borrow against your assets and then compound them essentially with purchase of more ETH, or in this case I've bought a bunch of GLP, which I said is both stables and Ethereum and Bitcoin, which I think hedges you a little bit against some of the market volatility, but still gives you that awesome 20% APR that you get with being a GLP holder as well. So I'm not sure if I'll get any. I think the staked tokens that you would get, the escrow GMX that you would get as a SGLP holder in directly from GMX, probably goes back to sentiment. So sentiment's probably making a nice little bonus in escrow GMX tokens, which is cool for them. And maybe at some point we'll see some sort of, VE sort of curve related, bribes coming in that help us over at sentiment to get more incentives. I don't know. We'll see. Sentiment's pretty new to Arbitrum. It still doesn't have a token. But another place that I put my GLP when I've bought it directly from GMX. So I have purchased some GLP from GMX directly. If you go to the Earn tab on GMX.io or app.gmx.io, you can buy GLP, and it's automatically staked for escrow GMX rewards. But you can also bring it over to all of app.finance, and I'll put a referral link in the comments after the video is published. But there's a vault, a DeFi options vault for GLP, and this vault is very special. The success rate is 100% because it's a principal protected vault. So what it's doing is taking the GLP rewards, the 20%-ish that you would get from holding GLP, and investing that 20% into an options vault. And then, so you're not actually using your principal at all for the vault strategy. You're just using the gains, and then it's multiplying the gains by using a twin win or delta neutral option strategy that gets you another essentially 11 to 14% over the course of a year if you were to stay in it. And in fact, it's APY, so it would compound as well. So pretty amazing stuff. 33% on essentially 50% stables, 50% Bitcoin, ETH. It's insane, and let's see if it holds up. I would love it if it did. Been in this vault for a couple of weeks now, and I think, gosh, I only have like an ETH's worth. I mean, $1,600 is what I put into this as well. I'm pretty sure, right? But I think I've already turned it into like $1,700. So like within a week. And I think there was some significant trading over this last week on GMX, which boosted rewards. But man, love DeFi. So one other thing that I've gotten into is Vela. I think I've mentioned this on the live stream as well. But high volume and user interface loading times may vary. So Vela is a new exchange, very, very similar to GMX. Its VLP token is USDC based, so you can purchase VLP here. Current APR, man, is estimated at 55%, which is insane on strictly providing USDC. Now this is real yield. Real yield is probably the biggest current narrative in DeFi. So real yield as opposed to fake yield. Fake yield was promises from people like FTX and some of the failed crypto projects we've had over the last 12 months ish, right? Where Ponzi schemes essentially, and a lot of centralized actors taking a lot of the cash. Well, a lot of these new decentralized apps, these decentralized exchanges, are built on the blockchain, and you can't fake blockchain transactions, right? So they're completely auditable. I mean, some of these could be inflated APRs. We'll see what happens, but a lot harder to hide, the evidence on the blockchain, and that's something that FTX was able to do because it was a centralized exchange. So anyway, that's where I have most of my assets. I will be getting back into my LSD shootout. If you I think I'm going to try to hit that about once a month. I started it on the 21st of January. Actually shot the video probably on the 19th or so, but then added to my strategy a little bit on the 21st and made a video about it. So I'm going to have to edit this already. I'm seeing I took Arbitrum, my hop out of Arbitrum, or my wrap stake ETH, and I've used that, I think, inside. I think that's where I got the staked ETH on to use for my GLP purchase. Or perhaps I put it into Sentiment. I'm not sure which, but I do have some hop liquidity tokens, some ETH and hop that's then again staked into Pickle, making some rewards there. I've got some steth in the Earn Vault over at Ribbon.finance on mainnet. This is on Optimism, the hop in Pickle on Optimism. Got some convex boosted ETH and Frax ETH in the Curve LP pool that then is compounding in convex. Same with some synthetics and ETH pairs, again wrapped up in convex via Curve. And then I do have a full ETH in ZK Money, a Frax staked ETH, and then a bunch of Coinbase staked ETH. And I'm going to continue to show you how this compounds and how over the each month what the gains look like. And so I'll make a new part of the spreadsheet per month, kind of outlining the journey. And if I change anything, move anything, I'll make notes about that too, and so we can kind of keep up with my ETH portfolio in particular. My goal is to have 32 ETH within the next 2 years. I'm purchasing at least 1 ETH a month, but I'm not sure I'm going to continue to do that after ETH goes over, say $2,000. So my goal is to have staked enough or traded enough or boosted rewards enough or been able to purchase them with rewards from that of Vela and GLP, some trades there possibly as well, in order to at least own enough ETH to create a validator, although I do think keeping them in liquid staking derivatives is more lucrative from a DeFi perspective. It would be fun to participate directly in the Ethereum chain as an ETH maxi, but I said DeFi degen. Man, it's so much more fun to for me at least, to hunt down some great APRs and not have to worry about slashing risk, hosting my own node. I have some pretty steady internet, but I don't manage the internet at my office, so it wouldn't be up to me to keep it up all the time, and I just can't be bothered to and have had some issues, so I'm not gonna even try. So, but the goal being 32 ETH, I think I'm at currently somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 ETH. So I've got about 18 to 32. That's 14 left to go, and we'll see what happens. That's a considerable amount. If the price stays below 2,000, Won't be hard to do if I just buy one a month, but man, I think it's going to be more challenging and more fun to be challenged to do so, not buying them, but actually to like stake and repurchase and and just grow my ETH rewards enough to say that I've made most of it with APRs. But we'll see what happens. So with that, guys, my voice is starting to go out, man. I've been had a cold for gosh, near a month now, and it's finally hitting the stage where it's starting to get in the way of these videos. So I'm gonna let this one finish up. But thank you so much for watching. Leave any questions that you might have about DeFi in the comments. I would love to answer them on a different stream. And we look forward to new airdrops coming out soon. Blur and possibly Lens. Gosh, I would love an Arbitrum airdrop soon. I've been farming the Arbitrum airdrop for some time. Hopefully I qualify, right? But also just enjoying the process. A couple other projects definitely to hit up are Olive Finance and Sentiment, as neither of them have a tokens, and I do think they have some massive potential, especially if you're invested in GMX and have some GLP. Highly recommend dropping them in there for more booster rewards and in some DeFi, degen type boosting through leveraged rewards and sentiment. So with that, guys, I'm going to let you go. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here Thursday afternoon, 3:45-ish Central Standard Time, and God bless.